Reactive training systems.
So a lot of times when you're assessing a lift for weaknesses or weakness correction, a useful question to ask yourself is, what would I have to do better in order to complete this lift with a heavier weight? So let's say that you're deadlifting and your back is getting rounded over. If you were to ask yourself, what would I have to do in order to complete a deadlift with heavier weight? Maybe the answer is I'd have to be able to generate more force throughout my spinal erectors so that I can maintain a back position, maintain a good back position. Or maybe the answer is, in the bench press, I would have to keep a better bar path. Or it could be anything that reasonably would result in a stronger lift. So that's really the root of the question. What are we trying to do when we're assessing a lift for weaknesses? We're trying to find out what's that component of the lift that's holding it back. What's that component of the lift that has to get better in order for us to complete the lift with heavier weights? And if there's not a technical deficiency, it might just be, I need more strength in knee extension, or I need more strength in hip extension, or whatever else you've got going on. It doesn't have to be super complicated, but a lot of people will look at a lift, especially a near limit lift, and not really know or not really understand what went wrong. So by studying your film and comparing it to your lighter work sets, comparing it to other lifters of similar build and technical approach, that can help you figure out what it is that's holding your lift back. And then from there, it's usually not terribly complicated to figure out what tool to apply to fix it. Let's say bar path in the bench press. Well, you need to practice the correct bar path. Well, it's difficult to do with heavier weight. Well, which component of it is difficult? Maybe it's driving from your chest and getting it back over your shoulders early. So you would want to practice that movement pattern. Select exercises that have you practicing that movement pattern. Select exercises that reward you for doing it right and punish you for doing it wrong. And then break it down into specific muscle groups, and even to the point of isolating those specific muscle groups. That's really the approach that we take, and of course there gets to be more nuance, and for some of you this is going to be like, well, that's obvious, right? But I just came back from Raw Nationals. We were there for a week and coached a ton of people, and you would be surprised at the number of people for whom this isn't obvious. So I'm trying not to take those things for granted, and I'm trying to share more information that will be helpful for everyone. So there you go. Hopefully this is helpful, and hopefully this allows you to select some better exercises that get you a better return on the effort that you spend in the gym.
Reactive training systems.